What's up guys, Hobo88 here, welcome back to rFactor for a little bit more racing in the dirt. We're going to play around with some wingless sprint cars in this video today because, well, basically I watched some of the highlights from Indiana Sprint Week recently from Gas City and the race between Shane Cottle and CJ Leary for that race win, which was pretty awesome race actually, and I just got motivated, I got inspired, and I just felt like racing some wingless sprint cars. So here we are in rFactor. Been wanting to do some more stuff with rFactor lately. It's a lot of fun. These cars are hella hard to drive. They are not easy. I'm not quite sure how this is going to go, but nonetheless, we might as well jump in 2 feet first and get stuck straight into it. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. You can see on screen, Mike Manise, number 30, wingless sprint car. This thing is badass looking. I think this is one of the coolest looking paints out of all of them. I've just been through and checked them all out, and this one looks really cool. We are, of course, using the Dirtworks Designs 2016 Sprint Car Pack, and the track is also from Dirtworks Designs Gas City from the 2018 track pack. What I've done is I've turned the AI strength all the way down because I suck. We've got a 30-lap feature with 17 AI cars. Rolling starts, no cautions, all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and load this bad boy up. I'm looking forward to it. And it's going to be a challenge. These things are so hard to drive, it's not even funny, but we'll see whether or not we can survive. Hopefully we can. Just quickly we'll go in and have a look at the settings that I've got here. So difficulty, everything's set to off except for the invulnerability. Got no damage. We might need it that way. We'll see how we go. As far as the garage goes, I'm going to go in and change the gearing bias all the way to short. We are running at a quarter-mile track. I'm also going to take a bunch of fuel out. We've got fuel usage turned off, so hopefully that'll make the car run a little better, not be quite so hard to drive. I don't know if it makes any difference or not. Steering lock is maxed out at 40 degrees. We'll leave it at that. I'm not going to change anything else in here, and I'll quickly run through the upgrades for you guys. The class package, we're running the 410 Sprint, not the AI Sprint. I've just changed the shock brand, but nothing really much for that. The rock guard I've turned on, changed the rear axle type, and obviously the engine is set to 410s. Otherwise, that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and roll out on track. We will see whether or not we can turn some laps here without crashing. I wouldn't hold your breath, but we'll see. Let's turn this bad boy on. Here we go. Because it's Dirtworks Designs track, we know that it's going to be fairly good quality. These guys do a great job with all their modding. Obviously the cars as well, being Dirtworks Designs cars, they should go well together. The AI, you would think, should run pretty well here. Let's see how we go. I am just running, as you can see, not easy to drive. I am just running 460 degrees of rotation on my Fanatec CS 2.5 wheel. I don't think there's anything else you guys need to know. Let's just see if we can get into a bit of a rhythm. Turning consistent laps, which just by itself is hard enough. You guys know I don't do anything with setups and things like that. I could probably make the cars a lot better if I knew what I was doing in the garage. But I don't, so we're just going to deal with it. Try and drive around it. They're not easy. I mean, even just turning 30 laps here without crashing, without worrying about the other cars on the track, challenging enough for me. But quite rewarding when you get it right. You can see even with the AI set only to 70% the way that I'm driving it, it's going to be enough of a challenge for me just to keep up with them. Ooh. Had to get the nose out of there pretty quick. The AI just tend to run a mid sort of groove on the track, which is about where I want to run, to be honest. Anything higher or lower than that and the car becomes very hard to drive. The biggest issue as far as handling goes is that they just want to spin out when you drive them too hard at the corner. I tend to like the idea of driving these fairly aggressively because, let's be honest, USAC 410 sprint car racing, whew, it's an aggressive sport. These things, you see them when they race them in real life. They just hurl them at the corners. There's no aero, obviously, with the wing to try and make the thing stick in the corners, so they just back them in full tilt. Drive them really hard at the turns, which is just unbelievably breathtaking to watch. The skill and mastery involved with driving these things, as we're going to cut the inside of the corner here. Incredible to watch these guys wheel these things, but you just can't really drive them like that. You can't drive them aggressively because you just spin out. You got to be very ginger, which is a little bit of a shame. I feel like on iRacing the cars are much more skittish and out of control feeling, which is probably how I imagined that they would be, but even then they don't really feel like what I expect a wingless sprint car would feel like either. So I mean, I don't know what a wingless sprint car feels like, but I don't imagine that that iRacing quite has it right either. But nonetheless, still good fun, whether it be on iRacing or here on rFactor. Once you start to get into a bit of a rhythm, they're good fun to drive. You can see as soon as we had to make a bit of a what would you say, a reactionary move there to the car in front, did not hit him. Straight away I'm out of control. Oh yeah. Even getting into the limiter on the back straight there that time. Alright, I feel like we're running as consistent as we're going to get. Let's peel off here, take a look at the replay for a couple of laps. Then we'll go ahead and get stuck straight into the race. See, we're not looking very fast there on that lap, as we're just trying to stay in control. And you can even just tell by looking, well, don't pay attention to the AI. The AI is always a little bit funny, but even just looking at the way that our car looks on the track, it doesn't look as aggressive as these things look in real life. Driving it very straight, not sideways like you would expect. Nonetheless, very, very, very cool. All right, let's go ahead and skip to the race here. We're not going to qualify. As always, we'll start from the back of the pack, which could be our undoing, but we'll see how we go. 30 laps the journey from 18th, I think it is, that we'll be starting here on the outside of the 9th row of the grid. Can we get to the front? Can we do what Shane Cottle did and win by a bumper? A little bit of controversy around that. It's a good race to watch. If you haven't, I recommend you go and check it out on YouTube, the highlights, or wherever you can watch them. Here we go. Green, green, off turn 4. We'll take it easy here to start with. See if we can maybe sneak a couple of passes while they're all bunched up side by side. Oh, we tagged. Oh, that was so lucky not to get spun out there. We lost a heap of time, but obviously open wheel. You do not want to be making contact. Oh, and I've gotten a little bit keen trying to catch back up as well. Not sure whether or not that actually penalised us a lap there for cutting the course. Doesn't really matter. We don't have the standings turned on anyway. We'll just pretend, won't we? No one saw a thing. Alright, so we caught back up. They're still kind of trying to get themselves sorted. Oh, we've made contact and spun again. It's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Oh dear. Now we're in trouble. I know we're much quicker than the AI if we don't make any mistakes. So it'll take a few laps to catch back up to the back of the pack, but it's not how we want to do it, is it? It's just trying to run around the other cars. It's quite hard to do. Oh, and we've spun ourselves out again. So easy to do. And of course we can't run over the tyre markers because the car gets all skittish when we do. We're about to go a lap down here unless we really get a move on. Of course, the harder I try and push, the more likely I am to spin again. It's like an evil catch-22. Once it gets sideways, you're toast. We're starting to catch back up though. If we can stay straight, we will get back into this. I don't know if we'll have time to get all the way to the front though now, but to not finish last would be nice. Now we're not going to be able to fool around. We need to start passing cars. Otherwise we'll go a lap down. Here we go. Can we actually pass someone without spinning out this time? We're down the inside of one. There's one pass done. We'll run that bottom line to make the next pass. And there we go. We've got past two of them. The bottom line seems like the safer option as far as getting moves done goes here. So we will continue to chip away at this. It feels dangerous on the top, but you guys know that I love to run up on the top in rFactor. There's the blue flag, so we need to keep moving here or we're going to get lapped. The leaders are coming. Oh no. You can just feel it go. We're just going to skip straight across the infield again. Now I'm not sure who's a lead lap car and who's a lap down. I'm not sure if we've been lapped or not yet. We're just going to race them all. Just have a quick look at the standings. I'm guessing we're probably a couple of laps down. One lap down, so one of those cut tracks across the infield disallowed a lap. Just trying to work our way through here. A little bit of contact. I can feel it with that red car. Oh, the wall as well. That's a bit scary. It does feel pretty badass when you pass someone on the outside, I'm not going to lie. Man, you got to work the steering wheel pretty hard. Nice move around the top. We'll keep pushing. Can we get the other one as well? We can. Got that top line working pretty good there. See if we can catch this next little bunch of cars here. Making some inroads. And there's the checkered flag already, 30 laps. So I don't know how far up the field we actually would have made it if that was a proper race. It looks like we would have made it maybe up in a handful of spots. Of course, a very, very slow start with a couple of mistakes. So sorry it was not the best race for you guys to watch as far as challenging for a win or something like that goes. But to be honest, that's about as good as I probably could have hoped to get that race to be without spinning out more than we did. So we'll take it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, just for something a little bit different on the channel. You guys ask about wingless sprint cars a lot here on rFactor, and I don't do videos on them very often just because I can't drive them pretty much. So I was keen to have a go, and I really enjoyed it. I actually had a lot of fun. I'm sweating from just that alone. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Hobbo88 for all the latest news, bits and pieces. Don't forget the Discord channel is the best place to become part of the Hobbo88 community as well. Link is in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.